What a debut made by Nadaka Yoshinaru in one championship. I hate to say the most technical fighter, because what does it really mean? But he might be the most technical fighter in all of Muay Thai right now. And before that, he made a video, Masato made a video, in fact, the kickboxing legend, where he went to the gym and trained with Nadaka. And you can actually get English subtitles on this one. So let's break down some of the clips of the bag work, the pad work, the shadow boxing. Nadaka, the one in the ring, who is the southpaw there, using that nice little combination of a back leg check. He does a lot of back leg checking, and you need like quite a narrow stance to check with the back leg. A lot of Thai southpaws bring the back leg in nice and close so they can check with that back leg to mitigate the right kick. Yodvicha would do it a lot. Kind of almost like Thai stepping, but with the back leg. There he's practicing the catch and kick. Yeah, he'll do a kick and a spin around, especially in this loosey-goosey warm-up pad. You can tell it's warm-up, shadow boxing even, because he's got a long sleeve on. He's getting warm. Now, this is very interesting, the Muay Thai push-up. I don't really want to make this a big video about push-up form, but so many people, so many Poindexters will be on the internet and say, yeah, you should be doing the full range push-up. Oh my god, these push-ups are ridiculous. Talking nonsense about people doing push-ups who could head kick their head into oblivion, who could just box rings around them. And the advantages of this push-up, especially in a warm-up, there'll be like a constant muscle activation. There's all the research about stretch partials recently, which show they might be better for hypertrophy in some instances. You look at a lot of the Georgian, Greco-Roman and judokas, and a lot of people around the world, high-level athletes, use these kind of half-rep push-ups. I would say that you probably get a bit more serratus anterior activation at the top, but important to practice both ranges. There he's using a right teep. He's using his left hand. That back leg check into right teep seems to be one of his little go-to combinations. He's not throwing at full speed yet. One of the things Masato was saying is that since the first time he saw Nadaka train, Nadaka's actually using a lot more, fighting with a lot more power and shadowboxing with a lot more intent and using his hands quite a bit more. Maybe it's the difference between coming into like entertainment Muay Thai after Nadaka kind of has his base in the more traditional Muay Thai. The more traditional Muay Thai having more of an emphasis on point scoring and showing the art and looking strong, whereas entertainment Muay Thai, it's much more about the knockouts. There he's showing earlier shadowboxing where he's not really committing and twisting as much body into his punches, whereas he puts a lot more into his punches. It actually turns out later in the video that Nadaka has been training at Ohashi Boxing Gym. Team for the Inoue brothers, Naoya and Takuma, really, really famous boxing gym. So he's been using his hands a lot more and twisting into the punches quite a bit more, slightly shoring up his base so he can put more power into the punches. Here, still almost more at like a warm-up shadow box rhythm, but slightly increasing the speed, and it's still a ridiculous speed. He uses that right knee a lot. Southpaw, the right knee is a really good thing. You know, obviously the left knee is really good for the southpaw. That's what lines up your classic Petrosian left straight into left knee. But often as you're throwing your combination and you're throwing your punches, that right knee, you know, it becomes the knee into the open side. Someone might be orthodox against you. You throw a punch or an elbow and it squares their stance up. Their lead leg slides back. So you can bang that right knee in to a now open side. If you look at Chamakpet Hapalang, one of the greatest southpaws in Thai history, actually lands the right knee probably as much as his left knee, because a lot of times as well, people will reach that lead hand forward and it'll make an opening there. There he's whipping the bag, putting the 4-ounce gloves on, the one championship gloves. Shirt off, good indicator of how warm he is, and to show that, wow, very fantastic body. Left elbow into left knee. Obviously, the left elbow is going to create the space for that left knee to come under, and that's just some dazzling speed. Multiple phases coming off. Right hook into left kick. A lot of being able to bring his leg back into the same place. That's the problem when people try and throw these combinations, but they're not experienced enough, is when they drop their leg back to the floor, is they'll drop it into a different place where it came from. You always want to put it back where it came from, where that's like the left knee or the left kick. That allows him to step into that right hook and throw that left kick again. That's how these amazing Japanese kickboxers and Muay Thai fighters are able to throw combination after combination and just keep balance. Here he's just getting warm with some left kicks, and there's that little skip into the kick. There's that little preliminary movement. It can be a little bit controversial. People say you don't want to step. You'd always hear Joe Rogan say, don't step into the kick, you want to just throw it. And I would say, obviously you want to practice both ways. Sometimes with that little skip. The little skip, if I can get past this bit of bag work again. no problem seeing that combination again. But that little skip can add power, and obviously if you're just trying to condition your shins, you want to kick those pads with as much power as possible with that little skip. There's a little switch kick, very important for southpaws to have a good right kick as well. But that little skip can add power, and it can almost be a feint in and of itself and cover the distance. So he's not kicking from miles away and falling short. Here he's using boxing pads. A lot of double actions off of that lead hand from southpaw, very important. Double actions off of the lead hand to get into range with that left cross and line that left cross up. It's very difficult, and it can be very telegraphed, and you can open yourself up if you start from distance and just throw that left hand. But from here, he's going double action, double jab or jab uppercut, and then he's going to hit the left hand after. Boom, double jab cross, ba-ba bang rhythm. It's not bam, 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 it's ba-ba bang. That's the rhythm. There, I think that's his cousin Shimon, box fighter, throwing the right kick. A lot of elbows here, different angles of the elbow, the up elbow, the cross elbow, trying to hit more towards the point of the elbow. You know, you don't want that forearm smack on the pads making a big noise. You want it to be that thud. There it is, a Chizoku kick. Everyone loves a Chizoku kick, and Nadaka, I believe he's got multiple finishes with it. What is a Chizoku kick? I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. It is when you kick with the ball of the foot. There, where you hit with the ball of your foot. People get confused when I'm teaching and think the ball of the foot is the heel, and I guess that does look more like a ball of the foot. But the toes pull back and you hit with that small area. We'll show it again. He's hitting it on his padman's belly pad, and it fits through the elbows really well. It's very hard to catch, and the damage is really concentrated. Nadaka, I'm pretty sure he has finishes doing that Chizoku kick. Someone, well, let's just call it a weeb kick, but someone can correct my pronunciation in the comments. You know, he's got finishes off of both legs. There he's hitting some blitzing hand combos. He's put the boxing pads on, the boxing gloves on, rather, to hit the boxing mitts. You know, there is a bit of a, if you fight in small gloves, do you do all your training in small gloves? I fight in MMA gloves, and I'm going to say most of my bag work and pad work is in boxing gloves, but it's important from time to time to hit in them small gloves. I like the way he did. He started in the smaller gloves as he's warming up and probably not throwing as crazy, and then he moves across to the boxing mitts. Blitzing combinations. I feel like he's not showing too much actual game plan stuff in this video, and Masato's being respectful, not wanting to give away too much before his big one championship debut. A lot of blitzing, 4 punches at a time. I think he's more like a conditioning phase of the round, single shots, allowing his elbow to come up slightly, but the arc and the twist of the body is going in the same line. He's not flaring his elbow and then doing a chicken wing kind of back fist punch. His elbow flares and he's still putting power into it. This is the obligatory part of the video where Masato always holds pad for someone and then just kind of has a giggle when the kick really fast. There's that skip into the kick. Masato's pad holding form, obviously not as good as all the full-time pro trainers in the room. He's kind of holding that body kick a little bit away from his body. There, Nadaka going for the multiple kicks. A few things on the multiple kicks. You should pretty much always be getting that heel up off the floor on multiple kicks. It always grinds my gears. I think when you're learning how to throw that body kick and multiple body kicks, you should always get that heel off the floor. Develop the calf. See, as he kicks, boom, the calf is working, the heel is up off the floor, and he's getting a full translation, displacement of the hip, so he's actually kicking with power. I feel like you should learn how to kick like this and have that range and ability and balance if you need it. And then, if you want to kick on a flat foot, which is perfectly fine, Krokop would kick on a flat foot, Baz Rutten would kick on a flat foot. There's a lot of really good examples. Usman Nurmagomedov does a really good one where he just leans back on a flat foot and throws his left leg out. Really good examples of it. But I would say learn how to do it properly. Come up on the toes and twist first. Multiple kicks, and of course he's swinging his left arm across, not down. It is a Muay Thai round kick, not a can-can. And Masato always has a little bit of a giggle. You can see Masato's perfect hair. Let's see if I can freeze frame this. As he's taking the knee. Boom. You can see Masato's perfect hair floofing off into the side. But it doesn't just end up anywhere. As soon as the knee's finished, it ends up perfectly back in position. Masato's hair it's pretty beautiful, if I'm honest. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I don't think there's much more of Nadaka. I've clipped it all out. I'm going to put the link in the description for this original video. He's throwing some more elbows, arcing the elbow over. Wow, very fantastic body. He's, you know, a lot of lower weight class fighters, they never get the love on the wow, very fantastic body love. When they should do, you know. Jose Aldo did when he was moving to bantamweight. But here, I think it's his brother, his cousin even, Nadaka's cousin, Shimon, throwing some 1-2s in the one championship 4-ounce gloves. See, again, he was flaring his elbow out, but he was adjusting the arc of the punch to accommodate for that slight flare of the elbows. So see, the elbow flares out a little bit, but he accommodates for that by arcing this shoulder through. If you watch a lot of Anyot Kusamrat or Virapol Sahamprom hitting pads, some of the best punchers in Muay Thai history, absolutely brilliant, their elbows will flare, but they'll be aware of that and they adjust the mechanics of the rest of the body to make sure that the power is going through that line and they're not just kind of throwing a chicken wing back fist, a day one chicken wing back fist. There's some 1-2s, and it's in that usual rhythm of Masato holding pads. He'll hold some pads and then have a little giggle. Again, not the best pad holding form compared to the other coaches there. Shimon throwing the right kick. You might wonder why he's hitting pads in shin pads. Probably because he just had him on from sparring and Masato's got the camera on and they can't be asked waiting for him to take it off. I've been George Hardwick. Patreon. Follow us on various things. I forgot to even introduce who I am. Former Cage Warriors champion, 13-3 professional MMA fighter. Very caffeinated. Let me know in the comments who you want to see me break down. I'll be doing a lot more long form videos. It'll be a while before I'm in fight camp again. I have a nose to recover and some very sore shins. Let me know. I'll put the link to the original video because I believe it's got English subtitles and it's very good. All Masato's channel's really good, but most of it is in Japanese and I can't understand it apart from maybe the odd arigato or something like that. But it's a really good channel.